Now to some breaking news in the so-called Affluenza teen. Ethan Couch, his mother Tonya, back on American soil, arriving in Los Angeles just hours ago. ABC's Matt Gutman has the latest from Guadalajara, Mexico.
Good morning, Amy. A very stone-faced looking Tonya Couch didn't answer reporters' questions this morning. Her son Ethan bundled out of that facility and taken to Mexico City. It was another legal reprieve for the Affluenza teen whose lawyers helped him avoid a single day in prison after he pled guilty to killing 4 people in that drunk driving crash. Just hours ago, Tonya Couch hauled back to the U.S. Grim-faced as U.S. Marshals escorted her in handcuffs through Los Angeles International Airport. She faces a possible 2 to 10-year sentence for hindering the apprehension of her 18-year-old son, Ethan. Meanwhile, ABC News spotted Ethan in Guadalajara, Mexico, escorted into this van at this immigration detention center. The van speeding out of the garage.
We believe Ethan Couch is in that van that just rushed out of here. Now, we saw him just moments ago being moved from one side of this detention center to the other side.
And Mexican authorities confirming overnight to ABC News he was sent to Mexico City, his 3rd city since his arrest Monday. Mexican authorities say he'll be held until the end of these immigration proceedings. But his first 2 nights in a Mexican detention center spent behind those locked gates.
So you've been inside there. What's it like?
Well, you've got 2 holding cells, and that's where they typically hold detainees until they can figure out the legal situation.
Tonya Couch's lawyer speaking out for the first time this morning.
Put yourself in Tonya's shoes. What would you do if you're a parent who has a son who is the most hated boy in America? What would you do to protect him?
Texas authorities have called it something else, hindering the apprehension of a fugitive. With the Couches now in custody, we're learning more about their time as fugitives here in Mexico. In this exclusive video, you can see Tonya Couch saunter into this butcher shop, trying to pay in dollars. And Ethan, just 2 hours before his capture, seemingly at ease in his life as a fugitive, with the backwards hat and the freshly dyed jet black hair. For people who tried very hard to avoid lockup in a U.S. jail, the Couches are going to spend a lot of time in detention. Tonya Couch will probably be in a U.S. Marshals facility at least until Sunday or Monday, and Ethan Couch could spend weeks in a detention facility here as his immigration process plays out. Amy?
All right, Matt Gutman with the latest, and you can find out much more about the Ethan Couch case tomorrow on a special 2020 End of the Road at 10, 9 Central right here on ABC.